How would you like to be the next Photoshop graphics guru? Want to learn the most amazing eye-catching tricks of the trade? Well, I can show you how to work some serious Photoshop magic and create those award-winning images. I'm talking stuff the big-time movie poster and magazine artists do. In fact, just to show you how easy these videos are, I'd like to give you a free lesson just for visiting my site. I've got a 5-part video series that I want to give you absolutely free, no strings attached. In this video course, you're going to watch over my shoulder as I reveal not just specific techniques for getting the effects you want, but also how you can use that knowledge to create your own fascinating imagery without expensive plugins. For joining me today, I want to show you kind of a taste of what kind of things you can do with Photoshop and how easy it can be. Whether you are fairly proficient with Photoshop or you're a beginner, this little mini course is going to teach you a whole lot absolutely free, and I think you're going to love just to get the taste of what you can do with Photoshop. First off, this is going to be a tutorial on sending light beams through text, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this apart into 5 short videos so that you don't have too much to digest in one day, and I'm going to try to do my best to explain every single thing that we're doing. So that being the case, it'll actually take all of 5 days, given that they're going to be kind of short videos. Let's go ahead and do File and New. We'll just do 800 by 600 pixels for our resolution. And for the background contents, we're going to change that to the background color, which happens to be black right now. And you can follow along with me if you have Photoshop. Let's go ahead and grab the Type tool, which is what lets us do our text. I'm going to use Impact for my font. And for a size, let's try 48, see how big that's going to be. Go a little bit bigger. There we go. Color is white. And we'll do left justification there. And we'll just do guitar. One of my favorite words to use in Photoshop. Let's go ahead and make that a little bit bigger. Now what I want to do is turn this word, right now it's editable text, and you can tell because it has that little, the capital T thumbnail here. I want to turn this into actual graphics that I can use. So what I'm going to do is a technique to load all of the pixels that are on this layer as a selection. And let me describe what's going on here for those of you that are not familiar with Photoshop. I have multiple layers here, and if I turn that bottom layer off, which is my background, you can see this gray and white checkerboard. Now that gray and white checkerboard tells me, it's Photoshop's way of saying it's transparent. There are no pixels there. So that tells me that only this white area where I have the actual letters, that's where pixels are on this layer. So I want to load that as a selection. So I'm going to hold the Control key down, and this would be the Command key on the Mac, and I'm going to click right on the thumbnail for that type layer. And you can see here, I get these little marching ants going around all of the letters. That's because every pixel that's on that layer has now been selected. That means that I can do something with that selection. Now, with that selection active, I'm going to hit New Layer. Then I'm going to go up to my Select menu, go down to Modify, and select Border. Here I want to change the border of my selection, which is those marching ants, to 25 pixels. And it has now expanded out from where it was, and I've got a new selection. I'm going to hit Shift Backspace because I'm working on a PC. For the Mac, that is Shift Delete. And I'm going to choose white as my contents. This is the fill dialog, and it's going to go ahead, and when I click OK, it's going to fill that selection in with white, as you can see there. Now, we're going to use a blend mode for this because we don't want these nice gradual transitions. So I'm going to click the drop down for the blending mode here. We're going to go to Dissolve. And that kind of makes this grainy, pixely kind of look. And we're going to do Control D to deselect our selection. Now we're going to go back to the guitar layer and select it, hit Control Backspace, and this would be Command Delete on the Mac. We're going to fill that in with black, only you can't really see it too good because the pixely version is on top. So we're going to drag that, just click and drag it underneath, and now we have our black guitar text on top of the grainy version of it, the grainy white version of it. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to File and Save. I'm going to save this as Guitar Light Beams. And we'll take up with the next step tomorrow. I'm going to send you another video.